Hi, I'm Emily Stewart, politics reporter with The Street, and I'm here with Aristotle Phillips from PredictIt to talk a little bit about the Senate races in election 2016. Yesterday we had news that Republicans are going to pour an extra $25 million into about 6 Senate races in an attempt to hold on to the Senate. They've already spent a lot of money in some different states, and it looks like they're a little worried about losing the Senate. So what are your traders seeing happening right now there?
Sure. So the announcement that the money was going to be put into these Republican Senate campaigns might have been reflected in the market, which jumped 7 points for the Republicans to hold the Senate. It's currently up at 5 points to 28 cents. So basically the market is saying that the Republicans are going to lose control of the Senate.
Yeah, well, I think the Cook Politico report came out now. It has the Dems taking 7 seats, so it looks like it might go Democrat. Now going down to some specific races, I know one that people are paying a lot of attention to is Nevada, and who will replace Harry Reid, who's retiring.
Right. So in the polling, the Dems are up by 2, but in PredictIt in PredictIt, it went up on the Republican side by 4 cents, but it's still only at 29 cents. So in these 6 campaigns, Nevada is the only seat currently held by a retiring Democrat. So that's the one where the Republicans are hoping for a pickup, although at this point the traders think that's not going to happen.
Right. Well, and Obama was there over the weekend. I think they're paying a lot of attention to Nevada. And what about Pennsylvania? That's another close one with Pat Toomey and Katie McGinty.
Sure. So the polls there show the Republican Toomey up by 2. But the traders, again, think by only 33 cents that the Republicans are going to take that, are going to win that election. So they're giving that one to the Democrats at this point.
Right. And then New Hampshire also is one that I know people are paying attention to with Kelly Ayotte, who seems to be sort of back and forth on whether or not she's on the Trump train, sort of. At one point said he was a role model, the next day saying he's not. What's happening with her up in New Hampshire?
Well, I think she jumped off that train. At about the time of Gropergate, but she her timing was very unfortunate because she, of course, referred to Trump as a role model, and then moments later withdrew that or corrected that. The polls show that race as a toss-up. PredictIt traders again are giving that to the Democrats. They're giving the Republican to win that is only 38 cents in New Hampshire.
Great. And then moving on to Indiana, another one. You have Evan Bayh and Todd Young. What do traders see happening?
Again, it shows the polling shows the Democrat up by 3 points, and PredictIt traders are saying it's only a 35% chance that the Republicans are going to take that one.
Great. And then in North Carolina and Missouri, we have 2 races where we have incumbent senators. Richard Burr in North Carolina, Roy Blunt in Missouri. What do your traders see happening there?
Well, this is interesting because this is the North Carolina is the only Republican contested race where they expect the traders think by 54 cents that the Republicans are going to get it. The polling there shows that the Republicans are up by 3. But again, this is one of those states that's been a seesaw. And then Missouri is interesting because the polling shows the Republican up. The polling now shows the Republican up by only 1 point. PredictIt traders, there was movement there overnight. PredictIt traders said 42% chance, or 42 cents is reflected in the polling, up 3 cents. Remember, it's astonishing how these prediction markets aggregate information, and it's millions of pieces of individual analysis and billions of pieces of data that markets in generally aggregate, and they distill risk and value down to price and odds.
Right.
So these odds are potentially pretty accurate.
Right. Well, and it's not just the polls they're looking at, too. Well, I guess we'll keep an eye out and see what happens. I guess we have 13 days left, so we'll see.